What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jayana. I am a self-taught makeup artist and an upcoming esthetician, like I always say as soon as I take the test, which is actually gonna be coming up soon. I need to go ahead and schedule it at least, if I can, for this month, or it might be for August, because we have to get a certain paper from our instructor letting us know that we fulfilled the 1,000 hours that are required for the state of Georgia. So yeah, I will be a licensed esthetician really soon. And as soon as I go take that test, I will be recording a vlog for y'all to see. You know, that's a form of content as well. But other than that, this channel is for my makeup girlies. So for today's tutorial, I will be doing something colorful. I don't know what that is. But I will be doing a purple look. I saw something on Instagram, it just inspired me, so I'm gonna do that based off of that and show y'all how I complete it. So with further ado, with that being said, thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. Give this video a big thumbs up if you like it. Comment down below. You know I always reply. I don't care if it's someone in the comments saying promo. I'ma like it and say I appreciate that. But thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next tutorial, and I really hope you enjoy this video. Mwah. All right, so to start off with, we're gonna do a little skin prep. So I take some witch hazel. It's alcohol free and it's a toner, so it's just gonna bring back the balance in my skin, and it also just removes any impurities or dirt that is on my skin, just to give a clean base. And then I add some moisturizer. This is the Equate brand of the CeraVe moisturizer, and I use it on my face, and I also use it on my dry hands, and it's been wonders for my eczema, y'all. So now let's move on to this eyeshadow. So for the palette I'm using today, I'm using the Profusion Cosmetics palette, but first I want to use the bronzer from Juvia's Place. I have it in the dark shade, and I just needed a transition shade, and I typically like to use my bronzer or maybe a darker shadow color, and the palette didn't have that, so I used the bronzer shade. And I'm just blending all that out and then taking this light brown shade from the Profusion palettes to blend the edges out of that bronzer shade, just to make sure everything transitioned well together. Now we're jumping right into this purple. Purples can be a miss or hit. They can hit or miss, you know, but this one hit. And I just deepened that up into my crease with this little fluffy brush that I have from elf. And I like the smoke, excuse me y'all, this smokiness that it gave. This isn't even what I was going for, but I'm glad I kept going. And I kept going back and forth with the first brush I used, just to make sure, again, everything blended well together. And then I took a lighter purple shade out of that palette and went in between those shades to give more of a transition of those shades. I'm gonna keep using that word because I like how my shadows, when I do my eyeshadow, I want it to look like I have multiple shadows on without making it look like I have multiple shadows on, if that makes sense. So now, after blending all those out, I gotta place my shimmer shade on top of my lid. And so I'm using like this reddish pink shade, and I just start mixing up a bunch of colors, honestly. The palette has names to it, but I threw the paper away. I shouldn't have done that. And so now, what I'm doing is smoking out the very edge of that eyeshadow palette, and then I'm taking those two little light champagne shades, the shimmer shades, and putting that to my inner corner. Y'all know I love an inner corner highlight. It just brings the look together. So now let's move into this face. So I decided not to do lashes. I was going to do lashes, but I did mascara instead. So I'm priming my face with the NYX Plump Serum. I'm really liking this. And I think the reason why I stopped using it so much, because I need to slow down. But I really like this serum. It's so hydrating. And then I'm using also the NYX Pore Filler. I like using it on my nose, my forehead, and around my mouth. Those areas typically break up the most for some reason, especially around my mouth. And it could be because it got a little mustache. But I like to use that product to mattify those areas. And then I color correct. I always color correct whenever I do a full glam look. And I just typically use my orange color corrector from elf and so concealer that matches closely to my skin tone. And I blended it all out with a damp sponge. The dampness of that sponge has picked up the excess product that may have been on my face, so that I can have a smooth blend. Now I'm going in with some foundation. I brought it back to my basics, and I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. Have it in the shade 356 Warm Coconut, and I like to dispense the foundation onto my face first, and then go in with my beauty blender or my foundation brush and blend it all out. Blending with the sponge take up some time, but it's very pretty, and it makes it made my skin look very hydrated, and it could be because I prep so well, but also I appreciate how the sponge just absorbs the excess that I don't need on the face. So now, not me being nosy and watching TV, but we're doing some concealer, and I'm using Colourpop's Hyaluronic concealer. I have it in the shade medium dark 145W. I love these concealers. They do not cake up on me. They're very hydrating, and it is because of the hyaluronic acid in it. And the look that it gives is just so freaking flawless. And they're very buildable to give you that full coverage look. And I like the shade range of it. So using that same sponge to blend out the concealer that I placed under my eyes, my mouth, my nose. Well, no, not my nose. My forehead and my chin. Next, after the concealer, we are going to do some contouring / bronzing. And I'm using the Match Stix from Fenty Beauty. And I have it in the shade Espresso. I love this stick, y'all. I'm so glad I spent the $32 on this. I love it. They're so creamy, and they just provide so much warmth into my skin, and that's what was missing with the concealer, y'all. And I mean, they melt. They melt so perfectly into the skin, and I mean, look at it. Yes, period. But I love how it blended out, especially using the beauty blender. Now, after, y'all know it's my favorite part, the blush. So I'm using the liquid blush in Barbie Rose from Juvia's Place. And I just used the butt of the sponge. I put a little bit of the blush onto my makeup plate. And then I used the butt of the sponge to pick it up and blend it onto my cheeks. And I lifted it up just a tad bit and blended it into my contour. And you see how the skin is just looking so hydrated? It's so creamy. But we have to set everything or it's going to crease back up. But before I did that, I did put in some concealer from LA Girl. Going back to my roots, y'all. I really am, by using products that I haven't used in such a long time. So this is the LA Girl Pro Concealer. I believe it's in the shade Warm Honey. Now I'm going to set my face with the Beauty Bakerie powder. Best powder on the earth. Best setting powder out of all the powders. I don't care. I don't care. I love their powders. The brand no longer exists. They're getting bought out, so we'll see what happens. But I'm setting my face everywhere where I put the concealer. And now I'm going to set that contour using the bronzers from Juvia's Place. I have it in dark and tan, and I use both of those. And for tan, I took some of that first shade on top, and I just set under my eyes and stuff as well, just to make sure it sit all the way. And now I go in with some blush, also from Juvia's Place, and I am mixing both colors and putting on my cheeks, just so that the cream blush that I use, the liquid blush, can be set. And I go crazy with the blush, you already know. Setting all those powders with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Yeah, I go a little crazy with that too. I go a little crazy with it. I'm just gonna say that. And so went off camera to finish everything. So I did mascara, under eye with I did my waterline with a nude eyeliner, and then I did my lips with those 3 products. And I love those products, by the way. And then I took these 2 shimmer shades that was in the corner and also made a highlights. So this is the end of the tutorial, y'all. I appreciate y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Oh yeah, and the look came out fire. I was really proud of this one, so thank y'all for watching.